Huge restocks, new colors, and new product this week on the drop from Geecrack, OSP, and Deps. How's it going, guys? Travis from Tackle Bros, and I am hanging out with you on another Thursday. Ashley's here with me behind the camera, and we have a bunch of new products, new colors, and just a bunch of overall cool stuff. So this is going to be the drop Thursday, 7:30. Pretty standard operating procedure at this point, but this one's going to be a big one. So we have this is going to be the biggest drop we've had this far. Tons of really cool products, tons of really cool new colors. Yeah, so let's get into it. And we're going to start right here with Geecrack. So Geecrack is one of our favorite brands in the store, and this week we're going to see a bunch of new colors and products we've already had, and then a little, I guess, adjustments. And I will start with, let's start with Emo Kamushi. So we're going to see 4 new colors in the Emo Kamushi. So if you're not familiar with Emo Kamushi, it's basically a small soft plastic bait. They actually make it in a 40, a 60, and a 95 size. It's basically a terrible color to show you that. So this is an Emo Kamushi. It's basically a small piece of plastic with a bunch of silicone skirt threaded through it, similar to a dice. The larger version is more similar to like a heavy poop, but we have these back in stock. We're gonna have the regular, so this is just going to be a regular, standard issue plastic. This is going to be their SAF material, so salt amino flavor. And then we're going to have the elastomer material. So the elastomer is one of the newer ones. It's only going to be available in the 40 and the 60 size, and most of this is going to be focused on the elastomer. So in the 40 size, we're going to see this guy right here. So this is going to be green pumpkin blue flake. I'm going to show you the back of it. So this like I said, green pumpkin blue flake. We are gonna have jewel caterpillar. So just a really nice clear profile with white silicone skirt. Jewel caterpillar. And then we're also gonna have smoke blue flake. So just a really nice smoky one with some clear, and I would say like a green pumpkin smoke-ish skirt going through it. So 3 really cool colors in the 40 size, and these are going to be the elastomer floating ones, so keep that in mind. And then in the 60, you're going to see that same thing. So this is going to be that green pumpkin blue. We're going to have mayfly. This is a great one. Do not sleep on this. This is like a clearish green pumpkin. Some of the silicone skirt has a little bit of purple in it. Really, really cool one. And then we're going to see that same jewel caterpillar. So this is that clear one. There you go. And then we're going to have, this is clear green pumpkin. These are incredible, dude. Clear green pumpkin. So those are available in the elastomer version, which are going to be the floating version. So these are going to be ideal for, top water, just kind of shaking them on the surface, creating a little bit of commotion. I think most people with these are going to be drop shotting them, so they're going to sit out nicely on the hook. And yeah, they're going to be really durable because of that elastomer material. We also have them available in the standard SAF material. Those are going to be more of that, EWG Texas rig style, throw around, bang them down on the bottom. But those are all back in stock and new from Geecrack. So with Geecrack, the most popular product always is the bellows gill. So I'll take one out here and show you it. Ashton's actually done a rigging video on these, which we may revisit. If you guys want us to do that, let me know in the comments. So it's basically look at that. So this is a heavily ribbed soft plastic. It's really good at mimicking bluegill profiles. It's also a really good profile in the water, period. Moves a ton of water. The tail never stops moving the whole time you have it on. Great jig trailer, great on a Texas rig. Some of the smaller sizes are great on a drop shot. It's just an overall amazing bait. It smells really bad / good, depending on if you're a fish or a human. The fish seem to really like it. It's like a garlic corn chip almost, I'll say. They're not ultra durable, and that's kind of why they've started coming out with some of the elastomer ones. But the thing to remember with elastomer is you end up losing a bit of that, free-flowing motion because it's not as soft of a plastic. Keep that in mind. I personally prefer the originals. They get beat up, it happens. I'd rather catch a couple more fish than have a bait last a little bit longer. In some things it makes sense to do the elastomer, but here I would stick with the SAF stuff. That smell, it drives the fish crazy. And yeah, so the reason we're talking about these, a bunch of new colors. This one that I'm holding in my hand is called Green Pumpkin Bite Orange. Obviously green pumpkin, and then you got a little bit of party on the back there with that orange. Pretty standard operating procedure. This is available in most baits. It should have been in here already. Happy to see it here now. This is going to be in the 3.8 inch size. It's also going to be available in the 2.8, which is really popular for you guys that are going to be, you know, drop shotting this. Also amazing on a free rig. All of these baits are going to be, it's good jig trailer if you're throwing, you know, smaller jigs. And then it's also going to be available in the big 5.8 inch size. So that color is going to be available in that. So we're also going to see Watermelon Pro Blue. So Watermelon Pro Blue. So there's a watermelon, there's a Pro Blue. Really cool color. That's going to be available in the 2.8, the 3.8, and the 5.8 as well. In the 3.8 inch, we're going to see Watermelon Red Flake added. So standard. And then we're also going to see Green Pumpkin Blue Flake added in the 3.8. So that's really the key size where most guys start. You can go up or down from there, but 3.8 is going to have probably the biggest color library, so that's why you're seeing these extra colors in that. Okay, and then lastly, we're going to see the addition. I'm going to open this one up too because this is a really cool color. This is going to be Natural Pro Blue. So really, really cool color. Like I said, one of our most popular baits in the store. These pair up great with a bunch of different things. Jigs by themselves, great on a free rig, great to flip around. So definitely check these out. And that one's available in a 3.8 and a 5.8. With the bellow stick getting more popular, they've decided to add a bunch more colors in that, which is really good. There was only kind of 3 or 4 really good colors in it. We're going to see a bunch more added in. And these are going to be kind of synonymous with the ones that were with the bellow scales. So we're going to have that Natural Pro Blue, and this is going to be available in the 3.8 and the 4.8, which is really nice to see. We're going to have that Green Pumpkin Bite Orange. That's going to be, again, 3.8 and 4.8. All these colors are going to be 3.8, 4.8. That's pretty standard. So we're going to have that Watermelon Pro Blue. There's that. And then Watermelon Red Flake. So these are a fan of throwing Senkos or stick baits, anything like that. Really cool one to check out. We Nico rig this a lot. Works amazingly. Those are the new colors in from Geecrack in the bellow stick. Everything else Geecrack, we had a massive restock in. So if you've been looking for any other colors that we didn't mention, any sizes, any other baits, Imo Kamushi Slims are all back in. The 95s are back in, all the hard baits. So definitely check out all the Geecrack back in stock now. Moving over to OSP, I'm really excited. We got a bunch of new stuff in, a couple restocks, and some new colors and stuff. So we're gonna start here with a couple new colors in the Doe Live Craw, specifically saltwater. If you guys are familiar with the Doe Live Craw, we carry both the saltwater and freshwater versions. The only difference is the color. So the plastic's the exact same. The saltwater colors are just more geared towards saltwater fishing, obviously. That being said, a lot of these colors really apply to us. So we're just going to keep bringing them all in. Some of the colors are really, really cool. Specifically, these are all going to be available in the 2 and the 3 inch today. So this one is going to be Inner Bay Pumpkin Shrimp. Just an amazing, you know, really smoked out. I don't know, it's like almost a goldy smoked out thing. A badass color. So there's that one. And then we're going to have Watermelon Gold Black. So that's a cool one there. And then, I mean, we have this in a bunch of other stuff anyway. And that's going to be Aka Kin. So that's guy there. And then a little bit of gold on the back. Those are the 3 new colors in the Doe Live Craw. And then in the Doe Live Beaver, we have 1 new color, which is going to be solid red. So if you like fishing solid red colors, we now have that in the 3.5 inch beaver. That being said, all of the Doe Live Craws and all the Doe Live Beavers should now be back in stock. I don't know how long that'll last for. We generally get OSP shipments once or twice a month. This was kind of our big Doe Live Craw and Beaver restock, so hopefully we have the colors back in stock that you want. If not, they'll just keep rolling it over the course of the year. Swim jigs have kind of been overshadowed for the last couple of years by bladed jigs. For obvious reasons, they've been catching a lot of fish. I've noticed in the last maybe year or two, the more I've been throwing swim jigs, I've been starting to have increased success because I think the fish are starting to get a little bit conditioned to the bladed jigs. That being said, we had finally a huge restock in both the Slipper and the Weed Rider, which are 2 of my favorite swim jigs. These are OSP swim jigs, obviously. We have a video coming out on these, so I'm not going to get too in-depth with them, but if you are a Weed Rider or a Slipper fan, everything is back in stock. and there's going to be some cool trailers coming out very, very shortly for these guys. So check those out. Also from OSP back in stock is the ultra popular hybrid swim bait, the Karen 180. This is the Karen 180 from OSP. It's a hybrid hard and then soft plastic swim bait. It's a really, really cool one. Comes with replaceable tails. They kind of have this harness system built into here where you have a trailer hook hooked in through the soft plastic. It's really awesome. Comes with a tool to run and everything. We'll actually do a video for you guys on how to properly set this up. We'll do it this week. All right. We're gonna have finally all the colors back in stock in decent quantities. We're gonna have your stealth blacks. We're gonna have your, your pink bombs. We're gonna have your lineback triggers. Every color's back in stock in the Karen. We have a couple videos on this coming out as well. We're spending a lot of time with OSP stuff. I think it's one of the best brands in fishing, and I really want you guys to experience this stuff. So definitely check out this hybrid swim bait. This is really highly anticipated. We had some of these in here, early last year. They liquidated out of here, and it's been a long time since. And when these are gone, I'm anticipating a long time before we get them back. So definitely check out the Karen. It's not overly obnoxious, 180 millimeters. We were out on the weekend throwing some of these big swim baits. Fish of all sizes are going to eat them. Looking at this, you think you're only going to be targeting 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 pounders. Everything is going to eat these guys, so take that into consideration. I'm really happy to have these back in stock. The bodies are back in stock as well, so after you've chewed through the 2 that come with it, we'll have more for you to keep on using this. So definitely check out the Karen. Yeah, back in stock now. Also, so these are going to be some new products now. I'm going to start right here with the OSP Cozz. This is going to be a small little wake bait. So this is going to be 40 millimeters. It's going to be 1/4 ounce. Look at this color, dude. It's going to have that, thin circuit board lip. It's going to be a slow retrieve. It's going to have a really tight wobble. It's going to create a really, really beautiful wake. A really, really cool one from OSP. I've never seen these come in like this. How they have this hook set in here is phenomenal. This is going to be, more of a light tackle topwater. These are, really small number 8 size hooks. Some of these are going to come with a feather treble and some are going to come without. This one in particular does. I'll run through the colors with you guys really quick. So we're going to have matte black pink. We're going to have beetle. Let's see if we get a better. Maybe. That's a cool one. Beetle. This is going to be one of the ones with the feather. We're going to have Tono Sama Frog. It's a real cool one. KO Dazzler Chartreuse. Chartreuse Blueback. Pretty standard there. So this year's a big cicada year, and this one is going to be Cicada Magic. So yeah, Cicada Magic. Check these ones out. So really, really cool one from OSP. I don't anticipating it sticking around for very long. Yeah, new in from OSP, the Cozz. New for us, not new for the world. Okay, so next up from OSP is going to be the High Cut SR. So this is going to be a shad style bait. The High Cut's very popular up here already. Shad style baits are becoming more and more popular as we go. This is going to be a shallow option. So this is going to be up to like around a 1 meter deep-ish, I would say. It's available in a bunch of really cool colors. There's a couple like the more real paint job ones. So this is available in 15 colors. If you're into the shad style bait, so this is basically one that you're gonna, cast out and you're just gonna wind it back into you. It's gonna have a really nice action onto it. If you're anywhere where there is, little minnows or shad, stuff like that, these are kind of a big deal. And like I said, they're getting more and more popular. They're not usually available in shallower styles. They usually run up to, 6, 7, 8 feet. This is going to be a great one around bait fish spawn. So around shad spawn, when they're up shallow, you can throw one of these guys up here. When those minnows get up onto the shallow flats, this is going to be a great one to throw around there when the bass are chasing them around. So definitely check out the High Cut from OSP. Just another phenomenal bait from those guys. Okay, so when we were in Japan earlier this year, we got the chance to go and hang out with our friends at OSP. They showed me this really cool bait, and it's finally in our hand. And that is going to be the Iramaki shad. Bam. I love finesse fishing. So we all love finesse fishing here. We do a ton of it. And this is something that's going to be right in our wheelhouse. So if you're a finesse fisherman, you're going to want to hear this. So basically what they've done here is they've created a minnow style bait. It's going to have this kind of they call it a scarf, but it's going to have this kind of like cup around it, I would say. I feel that's fair. Probably a cup. Yeah, it's gonna have a tinsel tail, and it's gonna be segmented at the back. Now, this is gonna be out of the box floating. So if you just go and you throw like a little nose hook in it and you go to throw it out, it's gonna stay on top of the water. You can pop it along, it's gonna move water, it's gonna work amazing that way. I'd probably thread it if I was gonna do it on top water. But this is going to be an amazing strolling bait. So if you're going to spine hook it and throw a nail weight in the nose, it'd be amazing at that. It's also going to be an amazing drop shot bait, or you can throw it on a ball head. It's just going to be an incredibly diverse little finesse bait. So it's going to be 2.3 inches long. So it's going to be a small guy. I really like when soft baits have eyeballs on them. I don't know why. I feel like it's just something more for them to target. And I really like the skirts. So as you're working this in the water, like let's say you're drop shotting, you throw this out there and you're one of those guys that gets a little bit antsy with your hands and you start pulling the bait. What this is going to do is going to keep the bait in the target location just a little bit longer. I mean, all of us get a little jumpy here and there. This is going to help the bait to stay there. Also, another cool thing with this is when you snap it, normally, you snap it and the bait keeps moving afterwards a little bit. Because of this, cup shape, it's going to kind of keep the bait in that zone a little bit. It's going to stop immediately. So you're going to pop, and it's just going to stop right where you stop it, which is good, especially if you're trying to, pick a certain, if you're picking at a certain fish and you're trying to get his attention, you can stop it right in front of his face. They're usually going to eat, especially with this tinsel tail. It just has a lot of drawing power for me. So if you're a finesse guy, you love throwing little finesse plastics like I do, this is one that you're definitely going to want to check out. There's a bunch of different colors. I'll run through them. They're going to come 5 to a pack. So not too unreasonable. They're really, really hard to make. You have to imagine, putting this cup on here and then adding tinsel to every single bait is pretty labor intensive. So keep that in mind. I don't anticipate having them back for a really long time. What we have is what we have. Definitely check these ones out. Let's run through the colors really quick. Okay, so the one that I was showing you guys the whole time, we'll start there. This is going to be Neon Wakasagi. There's a million Wakasagi colors. You can really, tune into your Wakasagi. Then we're going to have Reservoir Wakasagi. Another good one. We're gonna have Stealth Bait, so kind of like a smoky profile. Scale Wakasagi. Sight Special, one of my favorites. Love white baits. Light Smoked Pepper with Rainbow Flake. White Chartreuse. Lastly, but not leastly, Lively Wakasagi. Definitely check those out if you're into finesse fishing. If you're into just catching fish, basically. These are kind of gonna go hand in hand with a couple other finesse techniques that are going to kind of come to prevalence this year, I think. So definitely one you're going to want to add into the box, and really cool one from OSP. Something else really cool from OSP is their t-shirts. So we have 2 new colors in their OSP, what I would say classic logo. This is going to be like a gray black, and this one's going to be like a navy kind of, I don't know, Miami blue. I guess Miami teal. Anyway, 2 new cool ones. Something to keep in mind with all clothing made in Japan. If you're an XL, you're a double XL. If you're a medium, you're a large, small, medium, so on and so forth. So definitely size up. I unfortunately can't wear these shirts, and I really would like to. So maybe OSP can make a 3X. That'd be great. In my continued quest to kind of, build up, swim bait, glide bait fishing, bigger bait fishing up north, we've decided to bring another brand in the store. I'm really excited about this one. It's going to be the Swimbait Republic, the Glide Away, the 176. So I'm trying to bring in some less intimidating sizes to start out. Swimbait is this thing where I think people only think that you have to be in an area where there's 10, 15 pounders swimming around. We spend a lot of time doing this. You catch 2 pounders, you catch 1 pounders, you catch 5 pounders, you catch 7 pounders. They catch everything. They just have good drawing power. And a lot of the times when we're using these, sometimes you don't catch them, but you always see them. It kind of brings the fish's defense level down a little bit, and that's something that you need to do sometimes. Maybe they're not going to eat the glide, but you can throw something else back out there, and they're usually going to blow up on it. That being said, 176 millimeters, just shy of 7 inches. It's going to be floating out of the box, but it's also going to come with. It's going to come with a spare tail. It's going to come with trebles. Don't worry about it. It's all here. It's going to come in this little package here. So you're going to get a couple of BKKs in there. You're going to get a spare tail. But the cool thing about these is if you throw swim baits, you know that sometimes you have to weight strip them, which is cool. The great thing about the glide away is it has these two little, you know, sunken in areas here that you're gonna put these little weight strips in. So it's gonna come with 2 in the pack, so you can weight it nose down, you can weight it, you know, just so that it can be a suspend. We can put them both on there and it's going to be a slow sink. It's fairly easy to work this guy. They come in a bunch of amazing colors. Soft plastic tail, so you just slide that out. Pretty standard with glide baits. You can kind of mix and match, choose your own tail colors, whatever you want. Single segmented. It's going to have that, you know, nice little wide tail wobble. A really, really cool one and fairly inexpensive in the glide bait world. So I will run through the colors with you. So this one right here is going to be Moonwalker. This is probably my favorite one. We're gonna have After Party. So this is gonna have like that kind of purple pearl on white. We're gonna have Hallie, Galaxy Mirror, Purple Shiner, Bone Soldier. That's a really, really good one. Offspring. And then finally, Radioactive. Just a really cool glide bait I think you guys would like to try out. We are gonna be selling the lead stickers separately, so you can choose your own weight. And then we also have a ton of spare tails, so you can kind of mix and match and make it how you want. Definitely check it out. Like I said, 178, just shy of 7 inches. It's not that intimidating. Fairly easy to work. If you have a rod, you know, that's gonna throw 1 to 3 ounces somewhere in there, and you got like a 200 size reel, something regular taper. Obviously, you know, it's a treble hook bait, so keep that in mind, but definitely a really, really cool one from Swimbait Republic. Okay, so moving over to Deps, we're gonna see a big restock in the Bumble Shad, but only in the 6-inch, 7-inch, and 8-inch sizes, both regular and heavyweight. You guys probably know what the Bumble Shads are at this point. If you don't, basically a fluke style bait that is ultra popular because of mid-strolling. You know, the real key sizes are 4, 5, and 6. The 7/8s, they're amazing baits, but they kind of play differently. And then you're gonna wanna go non-salt if you're doing the mid-strolling. If you're hover strolling though, I think the salt wouldn't be too bad. So definitely something to look at while they're in stock. We're gonna keep doing our best to keep these guys rolling in. I don't anticipate them anytime soon, but the 6-inch are back in stock for right now. And the 7-inch and the 8-inch and the heavyweight. Okay, so new from Deps. I only have 2 colors. I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on it. It's gonna be the 5-inch Slender Scat. It's a cool one, just because there's not a lot of heavy Senkos out there. That's basically what it is. It's a Senko. I mean, you could see it's a Senko, and with some scat features. I'll say that. If you like wacky rigging stuff and you don't want to throw a weight on it, this would be a cool one to look at. So we're gonna have 2 colors in right now. We're gonna have Pumpkin Cheesecake, pretty cool one, and then we're just gonna have Worm. The cool one from Deps. It's nice to see, like, with all the heavy plastic stuff coming kind of forefront now and everybody's kind of getting onto it, it's cool to see one in like a Senko. 2 colors right now, lots more to come. I'm gonna switch gears here for a second. We got something new in from Deps that I have been wanting for a very long time, and that is going to be the Deps Gain Element. So I have one here out of the package. That's what the package looks like. Comes with a standard sleeve. This is gonna be, so this is a spinning rod. This is gonna be a 6.5 light. It's gonna be 1/32 to 1/4 ounce. This is the light shaking element. So this is for what it says. This is gonna be a shaking rod. So it's gonna have that ultra soft tip up to 1/4 ounce. Something to consider. I'm just gonna get this out of the way first. It's a 2-piece. It's not a real 2-piece where it breaks down the middle, so you're not gonna have any flat spots. This is really common with JDM rods. They like to travel small. Even though it's a 6.5, it's still in a 2-piece. So it's gonna have, like I said, it's gonna have a 1/32 to 1/4 ounce rating, 3 to 8 pound fluorocarbon. So this is gonna be for light stuff. If you're hover strolling, not mid strolling, hover strolling, insert photo here, ding. This is going to be an amazing rod. If you're mid strolling, you know, maybe like the 4-inch, I would say, on a really light head, or the 5-inch on an ultralight head, this is going to be an amazing rod for it. It's super whippy, which is kind of the deal with this. You kind of want the rod to eat all the action and not overdo it on the bait. That's kind of why everybody uses that stinger tip. That way when you're shaking it, even if you're overdoing it, the rod tip's absorbing a lot of it, and it's kind of just keeping that thing sitting there shaking like this. a really, really cool one from Deps. They're really hard to get, so keep that in mind. We only got a few of them. These are new from Deps, the Gain Element Light Shaking Element. All right, all the boys were super excited about these. Obviously, the Sakamata Shad's a really big deal right now, and the regular ones are really cool, but they also make another one in the 6-inch size, and that is going to be the real Sakamata Shad. So these are going to have a lifelike painting on them. It's going to be the exact same Sakamata. This is going to have a computer printing actually on it. Really excited to have these. These are new in the shop for us, so we haven't had these before. I've actually picked a bunch of these packs up in Japan when I was over there. We use them. They work real good. These are going to be available in 4 colors. Run through them really quickly. This is going to be Chartreuse Back Wakasagi. We're going to have Real Baby Bass. We're going to have Skeleton Wakasagi. Nice one. Nice little hit of purple in this one. And then finally, Pearl Wakasagi. Those 4 are available now. Just a really cool rendition of the Sakamata Shad from Deps. I like seeing that real printing. I think it's getting more popular. Cool to see on a soft plastic. All right, so to close this one out, we're gonna have another new product from Deps, and that is going to be the Bumble Shad. So this is a really cool swim bait. It's gonna be available in 2 different sizes. So let's go over that first. We're gonna have the 6-inch and the 4-inch. So you have a couple of options there. They're gonna come 6 to a pack. These are gonna be ultra intense wobbling bait. They actually make heads for it as well. So this is gonna be the Bumble Head. These have been around for a really long time. They're gonna have a lot of drawing power. It's kind of there to mimic like a fleeing bait fish, if you've ever seen that, where they're erratically shooting all over the place. This is gonna have that crazy wobbling action. They're available in a bunch of different colors. These never come around. I've never seen them available to order. I've never seen them in any shops or anything like that. So when I seen them, I was pretty excited. I feel like I had a pack of these like 8 years ago. So cool to see these back. You can see it has this really weird kind of shape to it. And that's what's going to contribute to the wobble in this. It's a very like soft bait, kind of on brand with Deps. It's going to have a nice little hook slot here in the back for you to put the Bumble Head in. And like I said, it's just going to have that really erratic wobbling action. It's kind of, it literally says the wobbling shad tail on the package. You can see it there. So a really cool one from Deps, one we don't see very often. I've never seen it available. I've never seen it in any shop here or Japan. So really cool to see this one finally. Also in from Deps, we're gonna see the head that was made for the Bumble Shads. It's gonna be the Bumble Head. So this is gonna be a 1/2 ounce swim bait head. It's gonna have that stout hook that you can see there, which is pretty cool. And then it's also gonna have a weed guard. And then at the bottom, it's gonna have this bait keeper, which is gonna keep the plastic locked on for the duration of its life. So hopefully a very short one because you're catching lots of fish. There's gonna be 3 colors. I'll run through those really quick. This one is going to be black gold. So really cool in there. This one is going to be blueback. And then we're gonna see watermelon pro blue. So a really good one to pair up with the Bumble Shads. This is a really cool swim bait. It has a lot of drawing power because of that ultra, aggressive wobble built into the action. So we're gonna have dead shad. Really cool color there. We're gonna have golden shiner. We're gonna have smoke blue flake. So basically it's kind of like a black blue, but just kind of like a little bit softer black blue. Smoke pepper clear. So those are going to be the 4 available in the 6-inch. We're going to see 4 as well in the 4-inch, so we'll run through those. So this is going to be champagne black pepper shad. We're going to have golden shiner again. Shade back there as well. So this is going to be light watermelon. All right, and then the one that I was showing you there at the start, and that's going to be silver. So really cool paddle tail swim bait from Deps. Thank you guys for hanging out today. The long one, lots of really cool stuff. Really happy that we could put out a good one of these finally. Definitely check out that Iramaki Shad from OSP. I'm really excited about that. You guys are gonna eat up the cover scats, and don't be afraid of that new glide away. I really like that glide bait. Tons of really cool stuff in this one. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for all the support. If you have any questions or anything like that, leave a comment down below. I will try to get back to them as soon as possible. Thank you for the continued support. See you guys next week.